Hi, I'm Donna Wolfe from Naztazia.com.
Today I'll show you how to crochet a hat. This is a lightweight mesh one that can be used to hold hair inside as well. To do this, I'm using 250 yards of a DK weight yarn and a size G crochet hook. With this hat, we'll make the small brim part first with single crochet stitches, then work towards the top with the double crochet mesh stitch. To begin, make a slip knot and chain 6. Skip the first chain, and in the next 5 chains, make 1 single crochet stitch. While there are several different ways of putting your hook into a chain, I recommend using the back loops with this pattern since the rest of the rows will also use the back loops. Once completed, chain 1 and turn. And on this row, make 1 single crochet in each stitch across, using the back loops only. By using the back loops, we'll create a slightly stretchy brim. For a standard women's size hat, I made 80 rows, and you can find other sizes for men and children on my website. With my 22-inch head, 19 inches of unstretched brim work nicely. Take both ends of the brim and place them together, ensuring the strap is not twisted. Then, using the back loops of the one piece and the end loops of another, slip stitch across. We'll use the nicer looking side facing us. Place your hook back into the work and slip stitch to the next protruding single crochet row. Chain 3, which counts as a double crochet. Then chain 2. Make a double crochet in the next protruding row, skipping the receding row. Chain 2. Double crochet in the next single crochet row that has its back stitches protruding and facing us. Chain 2. As you can see, we're placing our double crochet stitches along every other single crochet row and making a chain 2 in between. Continue around. At the end, make your last chain 2 and slip stitch to the top of the chain 3. You can see what round 1 of the crown part looks like. For round 2 of the crown, we're going to slip stitch into the adjacent chain 2 space from the previous round, and then chain 3, which always counts as a first double crochet on each round. Then we chain 2. In the next chain 2 space from the previous round, we make a double crochet stitch. Then chain 2, and make a double crochet in the next space. Chain 2 again, and in the next space, make another double crochet stitch. Chain 2. Double crochet. Chain 2. Continue with this pattern around. At the end, you'll make your last chain 2, and as before, slip stitch to the top of the chain 3. For round 3, we'll start off with a slip stitch into the adjacent space. This positions our chain 3 nicely in the middle of it, just like all other stitches on this round. We'll just repeat round 2. Chain 2, then double crochet into the next space. Chain 2, and double crochet into the next space. Continue repeating round 2 for this round and all subsequent rounds. For my hat, I've made a total of 20 rounds. Feel free to make more or less rounds depending upon your preference. And now we'll begin decreasing to close up the hat in the back. As before, start with a slip stitch into the adjacent space. And then chain 3, which is like our first double crochet. No chains on this round. We're just going to immediately place a double crochet in the next space, and a double crochet in the next space, and double crochet again. By eliminating the in-between chains on this round, it will pull in the hat at this point to help close up the open space in the back. At the end, slip stitch to the top of the chain 3. For our next decreasing round, start with a slip stitch into the first space. As always, chain 3 for the first stitch. This time we're going to skip a space in between the double crochet stitches and double crochet in the next space. So skip a space in between the double crochet stitches and double crochet in the next space. And we'll do this decreasing again. And as always, at the end, slip stitch to the top of the chain 3. And we'll do this decreasing again. Begin with a slip stitch, then a chain 3. We'll skip a space in between stitches, then place a double crochet in between the next set of stitches. It may get a little tricky to work with at this point, and you might need to rotate your work a bit more than usual. We'll skip a space in between stitches, then place a double crochet in between the next set of stitches. Continue with placing a double crochet in between every other space between stitches around. At the end, you'll place your last slip stitch to the top of the chain 3. Cut your yarn about 12 inches from the end and fasten off. Thread a yarn needle with the tail end. Use this to weave in and out in between stitches along this last round. You can go around once, twice, or even 3 times if you want a very secure closure in the back. Once completed, pull tightly to close the gap. Weave in the tail ends securely on the inside of the hat so no one notices them. That's how I make an easy, lightweight hat.
Thanks so much for watching my video. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel to get notified of new videos from me each week. And if you liked the video you just watched, be sure to check out my next video, which I think you'll like very much.